Hello, and welcome to the inventRight.com TV show. Again, inventRight co-founder Stephen Key, and my name is Andrew Krauss. I'm the other co-founder. We do these shows because we love to, and we love helping you guys out. And today we're going to be talking about trade shows. And it's not what you think. It's not what you think. Look, when you're doing licensing, you approach a trade show completely differently. And so Stephen's going to tell you a little story about somebody who wasn't approaching it right, and a little bit about how to approach trade shows differently when you're licensing, selling your ideas for royalties.
Yeah, Andrew, I've gone back and forth on these trade shows. You know I have, because they're expensive. You know, you have to fly out and get a hotel, and they're a little expensive. But today, if you're really serious about this business we're in, and you want to make relationships and contacts, going to a trade show can probably be the most cost-effective thing you can do to build that network of companies you want to submit ideas to. But
if you do it right.
If you do it right.
Otherwise it could be the least cost effective.
Well, it's a little intimidating too, and I'll tell you the reason why.
But I love your approach to making it less intimidating.
Yeah, you have to realize, number one, if you're going to stay in one category, yes, go to a trade show. Okay.
What do you mean one category? You mean like you're doing dog toys, or you're doing...
There's a trade show coming up. It's the Houseware Show in Chicago. I will be there. And there's a way to really approach these trade shows. And a lot of people make a mistake. You have to realize everybody's there. Like if you've got a kitchen gadget, everybody's there. So, but, you know, people have spent a lot of money on their booths, you know, and they have new products. They've got salespeople there. I mean, their whole business going forward is wrapped up in that trade show. So they're trying to sell. So
they're trying to sell usually to retailers that are going to buy their product, and for you to come in there and try to pitch something to them, you need to be very sensitive and aware of that.
You don't want to walk there with a big case, a suitcase with all your inventions in there. Pop open the table.
Pop it open with a stand too, and then then have a microphone and just start pitching them in front of their booth.
Oh, that reminds me of the old days. But no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So there's a way to approach it. Number one, dress nice. You know, not too loud, but dress nice. The reason why, they're going to treat you better if you look like you're important. Okay, I don't care what it is. If you've got you don't have to wear a suit, but maybe slacks, a dress coat, maybe a tie, but look like you're somebody.
Do you have advice for the women folks, Stephen?
Well, just look professional, right?
Okay.
Because if you go there, you know, looking too comfortable, they're going to look at you and go, who is this guy? All right. I'll tell you, I go there and I wear the sport coat. I turn my badge around so they really can't see who I am. They all want to talk to me because they think I'm some buyer, which they don't know. But here's the trick, you guys. When I get there in the morning, I look at the directory. I might make notes of who I want to see first.
Oh, I would make it before you get to the show. Well, before you even fly in the plane, you have the map and you have every circle.
If you want to be really efficient, yeah. So you make your list. These are the companies I want to see, and so you get there. You're ready. You look good, and maybe you have a sample in your pocket. Okay, I do. I always carry a sample of my product in the pocket, unless it's too big. Or maybe you have on your iPhone or your iPad a little movie. Okay, so if the situation comes up where I can pitch, I'm ready to pitch. Okay, but realizing that this is their time, you have to do it at the right time, if at all. So I go in there and I'll find some booth I really like the product, and I start looking at it and just going, wow, I'm looking at it. This is really fantastic. And I'm looking around.
So you're wandering in the booth, you pick up a product, or you're looking at a product, looking kind of interested.
A sales guy comes up. That's what they're supposed to do. And I'm just going, wow, this is amazing. I love this. And right away, they're like, well, they're feeling good. They think they're going to make a sell. They think they've got a buyer. All right, so they're feeling really good. So, and they start talking about it. Hey, let me show you this. Let me show you this. and you're really enthusiastic. What a great stuff this is. And then eventually they're going to say, what do you do? That's when I say, well, I'm a product developer, and I'm looking at companies where I can submit ideas to. Does your company take outside submissions? Just like that. Now, he's going to realize you're not going to sell now. So now he has to turn you to somebody else. And that's a good thing. He'll either bring you over to somebody else. Could be someone in marketing, someone in sales. It might even be someone in new product development there.
Let me stop you there, Steve. What if he says, "Oh, well, give me your card"?
Well, what they do? Well, you have to realize they're also there to move business forward too.
Right.
And if they're not the right person, they'll try to find that person for you, bring you to the counter, and say, "Hey, look, can you find such and such?"
But if they don't, Stephen, you never just leave a card. That's accomplishing next to nothing.
No, I always ask.
They won't call you back. They won't remember where the card was from.
I want their number one. I always want to leave with their card.
Yeah.
I always say, look, who's the right person for me to contact after the show? And if they don't give me the card, I'll get theirs and I'll do the contact. But Andrew's right. You never leave. You can always leave your card.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything. Don't expect anything to come from that at all.
A lot of them do follow up because they think there's a sale attached to it.
Right.
But you really want to get a card where you're in control of that next step. Right? So, and then sometimes what will happen, they'll bring me over to someone like a vice president of marketing who's introduce me. Now, he's got a little bit more time. Okay, he's not out there pushing. So he might say, Steve, yes, we do take outside submissions. Fantastic, I'm doing this and this. You might say, well, what do you have? See, they're curious. They're really curious now. They might say, well, is there anything I can see? Now, if I filed my intellectual property, I don't care about an NDA, me personally. Some people do, I don't. I'll say, look, and I'll whip out. I might have some sample, whip it out. Hey. Maybe have my little briefcase. I whip out. Here's my sample. I show you. Oh, hey.
Or you have a one-page paper sell sheet. You show them that.
I always, and I'll tell you what happens. If your product is the right fit, they're going to want you to follow up. So I go to booth to booth. I just work it. I go to booth to booth. I don't try to spend a lot of time. I don't try to pitch that much. I really want to do a lot of follow-up. If the door opens, fantastic. I'll pitch. If it's not, no harm, no foul. Give me the card. Move card, and you just work it. You work it.
And one of the biggest tips that is a little more subtle, and I'm just going to throw it right in your face, guys and gals. That's so cheesy. But what Stephen's saying, most people are very hesitant. They're intimidated to go in the booth. The way Stephen deals with that is he goes in the booth, he just starts looking at a product, waits for somebody to come over. You ask them about their product first. You get the conversation going, and they're inevitably going to say, "What do you do?" And then you'll say, "Oh, I'm a product developer. I develop and license new products. By the way, do you guys accept outside ideas?" So that is the easy way where you're not going in like trying to wait like somebody's available. Like, and you look like you're stalking them, right?
No,
they're like,
I know.
"What's that guy staring at me for?"
Andrew's right. Don't wait.
And it makes you nervous. And you'll end up the trade show will be so unproductive.
You'll stand there waiting for someone. Do not do that.
Well,
and if they're busy, here's the other thing too, Andrew. I realize I like to get there a little earlier. And sometimes stay a little later.
A little slow, yeah.
Sometimes I'll wait. Sometimes I'll go at the very first day of the show. Not maybe the best. The last, they're breaking down, maybe more time. But find that time where it's a little slow. You'll find that if it's really, really busy, it's hard. But if it's a little bit slow, so I might go down, I might do an aisle. If it's really, really busy, I'll look at it and go, I'll have to come back to those guys. They're too busy to pay attention to me. Yeah. I'll come back around. If it's not so busy, that's when I go in. That's when they can help me. But realize their time is precious. So respect it, right? But work the shows.
I'm glad you decided to bring up this topic. I mean, we've got a whole 1-hour webinar for our students inside our membership site on this. But we covered the core of what we cover in that 1-hour webinar right here, guys. And this is the most important part of working a trade show. And I don't think most people are approaching it this way, Stephen. I
go to a lot of trade shows. I'm going to go, like I said, I'm going to go to one in a couple months. I'm looking forward to it. I'm bringing someone to train to do the exact same thing and work it. Those trade shows can be huge business opportunities for you. But also I've been to trade shows that if you're a little intimidated and you don't know how to work it, you're going to find yourself a little lost.
Nice. Okay, everyone. If you like the show, give us a thumbs up. Comment below if you like. And subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch up with you on another InventRight.com TV show. Take care. Keep inventing. Bye.